Archie,
I'll take
can you tell me what's happening today?
it
Where are we going?
to the wedding.
Can you go and stand a bit further back? You're quite close to the... Whose wedding is it?
Sarah and Mark's.
And where are they getting married?
The corn park.
And who's going? Are you going?
I'm going.
And who else in your family's going?
Sarah,
And who else?
Justin,
And Josephine's your mum, and who else is going?
you,
And who else?
I don't know.
What about your sister?
My sister. I'm going with my sister.
And what about your grandma?
And my grandma.
And lots of Sarah and Mark's friends and Mark's family.
Mark's and friends.
Do you know what day it is today?
Friday.
It's the 18th of March.
It is the 18th.
They all gone? Have you given the speeches to the ladies who are doing readings? Yes.
It is my pleasure to welcome you all on this happy occasion. My name is Janice Orr and I'm a civil celebrant. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to witness the marriage of Sarah and Mark, which is an honourable estate, one that should be entered into with reverence and rejoicing. By our presence, we bear witness of our support and affirmation of this marriage. Sarah and Mark would like you all to respond to the giving. Your response will be very loudly, "We are." Sarah and Mark have chosen to be married today. Family and friends, are you willing now and always to support and strengthen this marriage by upholding both Sarah and Mark with love and support?
We are.
We'll now have a reading by Rowena Wilkinson.
My reading's called Love One Another. If you can love one another through the sunshine and the storm, and keep the flame of true devotion glowing bright and warm, if you can give each other room to grow and change and learn, yet still hold one another in mutual concern, if you can both be lovers and the very best of friends, and face together hand in hand the challenges life sends. If you can offer patience, comfort and real understanding, encourage one another's efforts, yet be understanding. If you can show true love and faith in everything you do, the married life will surely hold much joy for the both of you.
Will you, Mark, take Sarah to be your lawful wedded wife, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, until death do you part?
I will.
Will you, Sarah, take Mark to be your lawful wedded husband, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, until death do you part?
I will.
Sarah, in the presence of our families and friends, I promise to be your true and faithful husband, to love and care for you always.
Mark, in the presence of our families and friends, I promise to be your true and faithful wife, to love and care for you always.
Wedding rings serve as a symbol of the vows you have just exchanged, are made from the earth's finest materials and are without end. May they symbolise the marriage today.
Sarah, I give you this ring as a sign of my love and affection and as a symbol of our marriage.
Mark, I give you this ring,
Mark, I give you this ring
sign of my love and affection for you,
as a sign of my love and affection for you,
and as a symbol of our marriage.
and as a symbol of our marriage.
We'll now have a reading from Suzanne Morcom.
My reading is the Apache wedding prayer. Now you will feel no rain, for each will be shelter for the other. Now you will feel no cold, for each will be warmth for the other. Now you will feel no loneliness, for each of you will be companion to the other. Now you are two persons, but there are three lives before you. His life, her life, and your life. May beauty surround you both on the journey ahead and through all the years. May happiness be your companion to the place where the river meets the sun. Now go to your dwelling, to enter into the days of your life together, and may your days be good and long upon the earth.
We'll now sign the register.
about it.
We've got more to write. My eyes are so hot. My eyes are no, I haven't done. I'm actually making it right Mark and Sarah, you have made promises to each other and you have exchanged rings as a symbol of your love. On behalf of all who are gathered here, I extend to you our interest and good wishes, our friendship and love in support of the commitment you have made to each other. May peace live with you and may love be with you now and forever. I now declare Sarah and Mark to be husband and wife. It's my great pleasure to introduce to you Miss Taylor and Miss Campbell.
Everyone knows him as a sports nut. He used to tell me his idea of heaven was a sports bar with 10 TV screens showing different NFL games. I hope that now his idea of heaven is meeting Sarah. He says he likes all sports, but he betrays himself because he really doesn't like football. He supports Aston Villa. Something else you may not know about him is that he is an accomplished song and dance man. He has starred on stage in what may loosely be called West End productions, in some short-running performances as the evil Ebenezer Elphaleather in Aladdin and Dandini in Cinderella, where, wearing tights, he sang, "What a swell party this is." I think if we make enough noise, he may repeat that later on. Anyway, videos of the performance are available for a small consideration. So that's Mark in his early years. He likes beer, he likes sport, he likes music, and he likes his friends. So look after him for us, Sarah. God knows he needs it. And with that, I will hand it over to the great man himself, Mr. Mark Taylor. Ladies, gentlemen, friends, relatives, boys and girls, on behalf of my wife and I, welcome to our wedding. Well, it's been quite an emotional moment for me. Even the cake was in tears. That would have been cake, and then the lady one showed up. Anyway, I was listening to old news quizzes on tape, and the news quiz is a sort of parlour game show from the UK on radio. And on one of the questions, they were talking about the fact that in the 90s in the UK, divorces were going like this, and marriages were going like that, and no one could really sort of marry the two together, because for this to continue, the people getting divorced would have to get divorced more often, and single people would have to start getting divorced. They started having violent arguments with themselves and taping all their own records and that kind of thing. But it's a terrible thing, the way marriage, sort of where I come from, has gone downhill, because without marriage you sort of can't discuss garden furniture or kitchen towels properly. It just doesn't work. And also in the long run it might have adverse effects on culture. You sort of go to the opera to see the cohabitation of Figaro, or to the movies to watch 4 long-term commitments and a funeral. March the 18th, several sort of famous-ish people and things happened on this day throughout the past. In 1941, Wilson Pickett was born, so I've sort of asked for Land of a Thousand Dances for him. In 1990, the first free elections were held in East Germany, so for that we've asked for walls come tumbling down by the Style Council. And in 1936, former President of South Africa, F.W. de Klerk, was born. And for that, we've asked for the special AKA's Free Nelson Mandela. Guests, thank you all for coming. Saying you'd come and you did. We've had 4 no-shows, 2 of which because Wellington Airport was closed this morning and their flights were cancelled, so they couldn't get here. And 2 we don't know. Should be over there, but apparently half of the course.
He'll turn up tomorrow.
Yes.
It's probably him asleep in the van.
Because he has sort of bought us a gift and was going to arrange music and stuff, so it's not like he didn't know about it. You never know. I'd particularly like to thank the folks from overseas for coming. From PlayStation, I've got former colleagues Jim Ryan and Joanne Kay. From Guinness, you've got Johnny John here, who I was with for years. He's in from London as well. We were at music trivia on Tuesday, and one of the pieces of music we had to answer was Kung Fu Fighting by Carl Douglas from 1974. And the supplementary was, could we name the person who remade it in 1998? To which Phil said, I don't believe this. I can't believe anybody remade that. And John said, yeah, you can't beat perfection, can you?
Well, it was something to do with jump jam.
From Gloucestershire, we've got Sarah's Auntie Lorna and Uncle Rob. My parents are here from Walsall near Birmingham in the West Midlands. We've got my Auntie Pauline with the camera there. My father's sister, who's from Llandybie, which you all know is near Ammanford, which you all know is near Tetley, etc. And then finally for overseas, we've got Bernadette and Rowena from Sydney. But coming to the wedding, they came all the way from Adelaide from another wedding. We've got Daz and Wuz, so they also count.
A wedding tour.
Wedding tour.
3 sons.
I'd like to thank Sarah for agreeing to marry me in the first place. Because as she knows, I can be a right pain in the backside at times. Sarah does look fabulous today. I'm very lucky to go out with somebody as wonderful, intelligent, genial, and lovely as you. It's true. Yes, we are going to do this. As John said, being a Guinness boy, I did like my beer, but when I met Sarah, she likes her white wines. So, you know, I thought I'd sort of make an effort and start an appreciation. So I tried the Chardonnays, sparkling wines, Chablis, Sauvignon Blanc, but she only really knew that I quite liked her when I had Semillon. Best man, I've known Philip Tetley-Jones for about 2.5 years, or broadly as long as I've known Sarah, which means, thankfully, he knows nothing about what I've been up to for the first 35 years of my existence. However, he does qualify to be best man because I've sat down and mapped this out, and he's definitely spent more time with me than virtually any other bloke in New Zealand. I also want to tell all of the ladies that he is single, solvent, and owns his own home. However, single people you can't allow
Over here.
But they probably want to know if they can cook and clean as well, no?
However, as a successfully self-employed advertising copywriter, I am now quaking in my boots to hear what he's going to say, because if anybody's going to use the English language to its best advantage to make his point, it's going to be Philip. Plus, I can be very unreasonable at times, and I deserve everything I'm going to get. Finally, Sarah and I would like to say a special thank you, it's got down here, to the bridesmaid, Marilyn, who has been a tower of strength. A tower of strength throughout the day, and the many long and arduous shopping expeditions that have taken place over the last few weeks. The great thing about Marilyn is she's always so damn cheerful and perky, and is always immaculately turned out, no matter what. So please be upstanding and raise your glasses, and we will toast the bridesmaid.
I've only got 50 black glasses.
And now Sarah will thank all the people I've forgotten to thank.
Well, I will be brief. We are really delighted to see everyone here tonight.
quite thrilling to see you all. This place is a lot of special meaning to us. It was actually our second date we had here, wasn't it? We walked around the hill.
True fact.
It's not that, but
No, after a man of
and it's also special to me because my mum had her reception here and my dad back in 1960. And we can have a happy relationship with that and it will be truly blessed. Yes, on the thank you front, I would like to say thank you to a few more people. First of all, Suzanne and Marilyn and Mum for organising the class for the tables and doing such a wonderful job. To Suzanne and Rowena for the lovely leaders they gave this afternoon. Also to the caterers and Anna who's been organising the event. They've done a great job, I think you'll agree. Our wedding cake lady, not tried it yet, but it's Janice Weaver and Janice Orr, our celebrant, did a very good job of keeping us in order this afternoon. And thanks also to Steph, who's been taking photos for the evening. I don't know if I've missed anyone else. But I'd just like to say to all of you, I hope you have a great evening here tonight. Drink
I'm never going to live up to this.
Jeez, it's going to be good, though.
Just believe it. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been asked to say a few words too, but before I do, John just passed on a few messages from people who couldn't be here, which I'd be very pleased to read out. One is from Jenny in London. Delighted for you both and for the institution. Wishing you every happiness together. Hope to see you soon, Jenny and Simon. And from work, dear Sarah, I don't quite get this one, but maybe it'll make sense in here. Congratulations on your marriage to Mark. We hope your newfound happiness will slow your enthusiasm for work. All the best, Lion Brewery. Matthew, did you organise that one? Anyway, take that as you may. That's from absent friends. As Mark alluded, I've known Sarah and Mark quite well over the last few years, and I've been privileged to get to know them quite well. From the time Sarah first mentioned to our little trivia team in the Roundabout pub, some of the members are here, and she said, sort of casually dropped it in, oh, next week I might bring along my boyfriend Mark. And it's like, oh, you know about him, bring him along, fine, that's great, all well and good. And next week this chap turns up, and he soon made himself very well known, and became a very valuable contributor. And I'm just going to throw one this way: the state capital of Wisconsin.
Wisconsin's Madison.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Man, I'm just in awe. Okay, North Carolina.
North Carolina's Raleigh.
Yeah, so he knows them all. So he was very, very handy man in some other special fields as well. And as a result, I think we won more drinking vouchers last year than we could actually drink. And they've now changed it so that they expire within a week, which we think is a rather sneaky way of trying to push us out of the trivia competition. But that all's for the good. We had a good time there anyway. So that's how Mark first came on the scene, and Sarah, of course, is all part of that, and we had a good time. And through that, we got to know each other pretty well. Now, as we all know, most relationships are built on a foundation of shared interests, and we know that Mark and Sarah have very many of these. So I'm not sure whether Sarah previously had an encyclopedic knowledge of American football, notable rugby matches of the last 40 years, but we all know that she does know an awful lot about them now. Is that true? She's very well informed. Yeah. She certainly got well up to speed on those subjects. and I'm sure the same also goes for that classic 1980s TV show Moonlighting. Hands up everyone who can remember that. Yeah, well, I won't go into too many details because not everyone will remember it, but if you ever want to know what Bruce Willis said to Sybil Shepherd in episode 10 in the third series, this man will actually be able to play you the tape and probably be able to recite it to you from memory. So there's a wide degree of knowledge, and it's probably now compiled his own DVD tape of it as well. So it's just a minor entertainment there. But back to mutual interests, and we know that Sarah and Mark both share a long-standing interest in music, and this is an interest that goes back to top 40. We're not just talking about a casual interest. We're talking about something that matters quite a lot. However, I have noticed a small divergence in their tastes. You see, Hugh Mark has a very, very impressive collection that includes just about every Beatles recording ever made, plus books. He's got videos, he's got DVDs, he's got sheet music, he's got guitars, he's got everything. And I'm just in awe, because I'm a bit of a Beatles fan myself. However, I'm not sure Sarah has quite the same level of commitment. Very few people would, but it obviously hasn't stopped them bonding and reaching an understanding. However, I think it's a wonderful thing because the Beatles are fundamental to so much. They really cover an awful lot, and I'd just like to demonstrate how the Beatles are actually an integral part of their life together. So I thought I would just ask the question, how does Mark and Sarah come together? Listen, do you want to know a secret? I can't tell you every little thing because I wasn't there, but apparently they met in the Cladder Bar in Newmarket. Mark saw her standing there with Marilyn. Introductions were made, and then it was a case of hello, goodbye. Now he could have let it be, but I think the connection was made, and they obviously felt they had something in common, something in the way she moved, perhaps. And he thought to himself, if you don't do something, you're going to lose that girl. She was about to walk out when he said, wait, I've got to get you into my life. Sorry, I'm getting into this. I'm going to stop singing. I'd love to take you out for a drink, but I've got a lift here and I have to walk home. And she said, I can help. Maybe you can drive my car. Because Sarah, she could see this wasn't some other guy. He hadn't come across the universe, but he had certainly come a long way from the UK, in fact. And that's how it all started. Now, you know how it is at the beginning of a relationship, you want to act naturally. So that's easier said than done. So in spite of all the danger, they found that they got on well and things were progressing nicely. And before you know it, Sarah's a bit interested, she's a bit smitten even, and she's leaving home on a magical mystery tour with a ticket to ride back in the UK. Not quite yet. Mark was with Air New Zealand at the time, so flying was the way to go. And when Mark's parents met him, their first thought was, here comes the sun. And he's brought a lovely girl with him. So let's bring the story up to date. Mark has now changed his job and they've bought a beach house. So you can see they're constantly on the move, here, there and everywhere. Mark, we know you enjoy playing your guitar, bass and drums out there, and your bird can sing. She's not allowed to make you right. In fact, a typical day in the life consists of a hard day's work at the steel mill. Then you take the long and winding road up the Awhitu Peninsula for a long, tall gin and tonic. You kick off your old brown shoe, and if it's been a busy week, you take the opportunity to catch up on your golden slumbers. Well, you all know how important that is to you. Is this the recipe for a successful relationship? I would say, yes, it is. But they always find time for their friends, and they're both very, very generous hosts and lovely people to be with. So, all together now, I would like to ask you to raise your glasses, if you can carry that weight, and toast Mark and Sarah. May they make beautiful music together. The end.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, the sweets are also going to be in a buffet, but this time there won't be ushers, so it's actually a free-for-all. So every man and woman for himself, okay?
Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me, my lover stands on golden sands and watches the ships that go sailing. Somewhere beyond the sea, he's there watching for me. If I could fly like birds on high, and straight to her arms that go sailing. Far beyond the stars, near beyond the moon, I know beyond a doubt my heart will lead me there soon. Beyond the shore, we'll kiss just as before. Happy we'll be beyond the sea, and never again I'll go sailing. I know beyond a doubt my heart will lead me there soon. We'll meet, I know we'll meet beyond the shore. We'll kiss just as before. Happy we'll be beyond the sea, and never again I'll go sailing. No more sailing. So long sailing. Bye-bye.
Congratulations, Sarah and Mark, the brand spanking new Mr. and Mrs. Taylor.
Hey!